All the way from Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to Outlander Cast. It's a podcast dedicated to the show Outlander on Stars.
Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to Skye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
My name is Blake, and Mary, Sir Gifts-A-Lot returns. Sir
Thank
Gifts-A-Lot is
goodness.
back.
Yes, seriously. Oh, be still my heart.
Guy's great.
He really is.
Best gifts ever. Hey, you know what? You need some ether? Great, I have all the stuff.
I have all the vitriol that you'll need. Like, he remembers these things. And just, I love it. I love it. Those are the friends who are like, this is how you like your coffee. I got you it, and I got you it the way that you like it because I remember. Oh, my God. Yes. Everyone needs a Lord John Grey in their life. Seriously. Well, my friends, not only does everyone need a Lord John Grey, but we all need you, our podcast listeners. In our lives. It's why Blake and I have been podcasting about Outlander for a decade. Those of you who've been with us from the beginning, you have literally been with us as we have raised our wee bairns. When we began podcasting about Outlander, I got pregnant with our second child, Felicity, and we have been able to raise our children through all this podcasting. And you know, we've grown as an Outlander family. We really have. So many of you have been able to meet each other through the Outlander fandom. You've been able to travel to Scotland. You've been able to do fan events and do all sorts of things. And I'm just here to say thank you. Thank you for having us be a part of your Outlander experience. We want to make sure that you know that we are on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. You can also go to maryandblake.com and see all the other podcasts that we do. We do a lot of fun things, and we want to thank, of course, our most amazing friends and listeners, our friends at jointhenerdclan.com. If you have not become a member there, that is a little way for you to give back. Our podcasts, of course, are generally free for people all over the world to listen to, and you can become a member for as little as $2 a month. You kind of think of it for our friends here in America. I think of it like PBS. Okay,
Sure.
It's listener supported. We do not get conglomerate sponsorships, so anything that you can give is greatly appreciated. And our friends at jointhenerdclan.com do get our episodes without ads. For example, you get it ad-free. You get
Early access to
podcast episodes. You get all sorts of fun things. And Blake has his knee-jerk reactions there.
Yep.
So loads of stuff. So if you wanted to check it out, it's less
Blake's
than a cup of
book
coffee.
club.
Blake's book club, where he delves into the Outlander book series.
Forget about
Lots of fun things
Doing
there.
drums right now,
So if
baby.
you're not a member, you can head on over to jointhenerdclan.com. And if you are a member there, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. All right.
Opening take. You got any opening takes, Marvin, before we get into the episode?
No, I'm here for this. I'm just here for the conversation.
This listener feedback is all because of you. It's agenda free. All right, Marvin, let's release the hounds, shall we?
We shall.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, so let's do the first one. Most of these comments are coming from jointhenerdclan.com. Christina Peters says, I wonder if the whole storyline with the bugs could have been just completely cut out. Mary, what say you to
In
this?
the show, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It could literally go away and nothing changes.
I mean,
Nothing. Seriously.
Goodbye.
Think about it. Not one thing changes.
Things have not changed in this show thanks to the bugs. Period. Agreed.
What's this with the hand?
No one else can. I mean, if they're watching the video, they can see my hand. But I'm just like, exactly. Wipe
Oh,
it clean.
oh,
just
okay.
wipe it clean.
I thought you were like trying to
Wipe it out.
signal me.
No, I'm just wiping it out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
just
no, it's
chop it.
and that's the problem when you create something and if you just lop it off and nothing, or if you lop it off and nothing changes, then it shouldn't be there, right? And Rachel and Ian were always going to end up together. The house was always going to burn down, right? Like there was I have a big problem with the Bug storyline, and as does Christina Peters. So Christina, you and I, same page. All right. Carol Gates says, Hello, Carol with a K here from Colorado. Oh, well, lots of alliteration there. Long-time listener, first-time commenter. Thank you. I give this episode 4.5 kilts because I know they can do better, and I don't want to overstretch my ratings until we get the pinnacle episodes they are known for.
Nice.
My good is, like everyone has mentioned, the scene with Ian and Jamie. It puts us right back into season 1 where we really care about these characters. My bad is the pacing of the storylines. I feel like they're trying to shove a bunch of stuff in because they only have a limited amount of episodes now, so it's hard to be invested in the multiple storylines. I'm happy to see that they are delving into Roger's journey more, so maybe that's the reason they need to speed up the other storylines. And my great is the fact that they did not try to make us think that Jamie has died or give us any kind of red herring. Like Blake, I'm over it when they get separated and someone's possibly died, etc. I think this version underscores tensions before the revolution, and Claire's typical jump in without thinking would have had heavy consequences back then. Nothing like when season 3, where they were trying to be proactive with Prince Mark Me. So I give the showrunners credit that they didn't insult the audience members' intelligence this time and gave us something new to look forward to. Jamie's reaction if he comes back and finds out that they've been married. I really hope to show the badass side of the King of Men for that scene. So my real reason for finally sharing comments is that I want to thank you both for the amazing content that you offer all of us as listeners. The true love you both share on air and the way that you disagree, but with such respect for each other, is heartwarming in its own right. Even the way Blake cracks up when Mary calls Dougal Google is filled with love and awe. And it's such a gift you give us every week by opening up yourselves to your listeners and letting us become a part of the Blake and Mary clan for just even a short time.
Oh.
So, thank you
Thanks,
very
Carol with a
much.
K.
Well, the good news is, Carol with a K, that I do love Mary, and I do love her more than anything else on this planet, and I hope that it comes through these airwaves as much as I try to make it happen. All right, ready for some voicemails?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Hello, this is Kirsten.
Hi, Kirsten.
And I am here with my listener feedback for Outlander Season 7, Episode 10.
Yes.
First and foremost, I'm a book reader and my husband is not, but I looked over at him at the end of this episode and I told him Diana Gabaldon should have gotten a writing credit on this episode because so much of it was straight from the book.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that makes it a 10 out of 10 because her writing always is the best, right?
Yes.
So my good, I loved the whole feel of the episode. I actually think some of this probably could have gone into the premiere episode, but the whole feel of it, the way they switched between the 3 different times.
What? It's not always the best.
She wrote the flippin' books.
Does it? That
she
doesn't
created
mean it's the
flippin'
best.
characters. It wouldn't exist without her.
No. I didn't say that. I said it's not always the best. There's a huge difference. There's a big gap there.
Oh my God.
To say that it's always the best, that's a huge leap. That's a major leap. I think the show has made some choices that make her story better, whereas some of the things that she writes makes the show better, right? So, no, I don't think it's always the best.
Them's fighting words.
Sorry, Kirsten.
Them's fighting words, but continue.
Kirsten, it was a little bit of a hot take.
No,
it was a
it's not.
little bit of a hot
Kirsten,
take.
I agree, and Kirsten's a book reader, and just it's okay, Blake. We know how stunted you are.
Stunted. Okay. What did Carol with the K say? That you love me, apparently? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm stunted. Who knows?
She said she could tell you love me.
Yeah. Touche, Mary.
Now when you come out with comments like this. Oh, man.
Sleeping on the couch tonight.
Seriously.
All right, here we go.
Timelines, the different point of views. I think it was great. The transitions, yes, they did the weird little visuals sometimes, but it was good. My bad, and this is a quibble, but Archbug, okay, we introduced him, we had to get rid of him. I understand, and now we're done with him, and I hope we can move on.
Thank God.
But I think it was silly to just kind of shove it in there and then never speak of it again.
Yep, agreed.
My other bad, the visual montage, if you will, that Claire had of her memories with Jamie. It was a little over the top for me, but I'll allow it, okay? Just in case someone forgot that they love each other.
Fair.
And my great, the costumes, the sets were impeccable, beautiful.
Yep.
They were gorgeous. I normally don't notice that kind of thing, but everything looked perfect. It was great.
Yeah, I would say also, Kirsten, that the stuff in Philadelphia, like even like the door that you enter in to get into where Lord John is, that blue door, like that's noticeable. That's really beautiful
Stunning.
stuff. All right, let's get to the next voicemail.
Hi, this is Wendy. First time caller, long time listener. You guys actually got me a free gift from one of your old sponsors, Caswell Massey,
All
some
right.
cologne for my husband.
Awesome.
So as far as kilts, I give it 4.9. I'm reserving a little bit because I think it might even get better. My GBG, the good is Rachel. The is my wolf. My bad. Jamie putting Ian in the bed. It was awkward. Was that a mannequin? And my great is Roger. I love Roger's inner thoughts. And when he realizes his dad must have gone through the stones, it was chilling. Can't wait to see what happens. I'm a book reader from Dana Point, California.
Yay!
Love you.
All right, Wendy. Was
Thank
that
you,
a mannequin,
Wendy.
Mary? What say you?
I don't know. I'm going to have to analyze it a little bit more. I was just so overwhelmed with my emotions that I wasn't really worried about it. I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it
but
was Stephen Cree.
I think it was him too, and they just like CGI magicked it.
Yep.
So that's how at least I felt.
Sure.
But I was just in my emotions. Look at me. I'm all choked up over
All
it.
right, Mary, why don't you read the this
Megan
one?
Thornton said, I can't help but love Mary's F-bomb in this episode. You're welcome.
It's true. It's true.
Nicole Wash says,
Coming down from the clouds.
I really loved, Nicole says, I really loved the initial conversation between Jamie and Ian Sr., but to have it immediately followed by Ian's deathbed scene was a bit jarring. It was as if the writers were in a hurry to wind up his storyline. I understand they had a lot of material to cover, but it felt rushed to me. I would have liked a bit more time to get used to losing Ian. Not having the rest of the family there just didn't feel right.
See, that's interesting because I kind of liked it. I liked it that it went from Jamie and Ian speaking and lovingly and like being brothers to, oh, now he's dead.
Well, I took it as like, so right before people die, they often get kind of this extra boost of energy and they feel great and they're alert. And that usually means you're done tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty quick thing. So I took it being very realistic. Like, okay, I'm feeling good. And probably they knew this a bit more back then. And he said, I want to go outside one more time. I want to have a chat with you. So I appreciated it. I didn't feel like it was jarring. But like I said, I felt like it was that last bout of energy before last breath.
The way that I mean, he didn't die, right? Like he wasn't dead in Jamie's arms. He died in the bed.
Correct.
I didn't take it as jarring necessarily. I think I took it more as like getting to the point, right? Because they had given you this beautiful scene between the two of them, and for me that was enough. Like that's a goodbye scene, and you as a viewer, even if you don't recognize it, your brain does. And that's a goodbye scene. So, like, what else are we going to do? What else are we going to accomplish? You know what I mean? Like, we're not there for Ian and Jenny. We're there because of Jamie, right? And that's what I think matters most. What?
Well, and it's just so hard in my mind because, like, exactly, we're not going to be there for Ian and Jenny because this isn't even necessarily our Jenny. I wanted to call her Penny. Like... knowing it's Jenny, but you know what I mean? Like that wouldn't have had the same. It was still beautiful when he says Jenny's name as the goodbye, but I agree with you. I would personally not have wanted to have the equivalent of that beautiful conversation with Jenny and Ian because this was a new Jenny.
Yeah, and it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter as much to the story that they're trying to tell. All right, Veronica says, totally agree with you too about Archbug. The fight choreography was not believable. Also, would like to have seen the build-up instead of him saying that he was following Ian everywhere. I do love how Rachel talks, though. I just like this actress and how believable and lovely she makes our book, Rachel. And I'm so happy she got to say one of my favorite lines, "The is my wolf."
Alison Kitching loved it. The scenes with Galis, Dougal, Roger, and Buck. William longing after Rachel, but realizing she isn't his to have. Then Claire goes outside after surgery. It reminded me of the scene in the very first episode of season 1 when she went out after surgery and heard that the war is over. It seemed like an intentional nod, which I appreciated. I 100% agree, Allison.
Yep.
When Claire goes out and drinks some wine and she's covered in blood,
Yep.
we got to see all of that artery stuff happen and everything. I agree. I think it was a nod as well.
All right, some more voicemails.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Nicole from Wisconsin.
Hi, Nicole.
I am calling to leave my feedback for episode 710 of Outlander, Brotherly Love. I rate this 4.5 kilts.
Okay.
My GBGs, my good, is Ian and Rollo's reunion. I love seeing those two together. A man and his dog. It's just like the best thing. My bad was the scene with Archbug just kind of seemed rushed to me. I mean, it was like that's it? Okay.
Yep.
But my great was the last scene with Jamie and old Ian, as we call him now, and Jenny, his On Your Left. I loved that. It was great. Ian's death in part was just so emotional. I remember it from the book, but seeing it on screen was even more just emotional.
Yeah, I agree.
I loved how Lord John was squeamish during the surgery. I thought that was so funny. And then I like how they brought Walter back with Mrs. Woodcock. I thought that was pretty cool. I love listening to you guys, and I can't wait for the next episode. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
You know, something that she said, and I forgot to mention in our last episode, Mary, when Wicked Old Ian says, on your left. Like, in and of itself, great comment. Like, I get it. I see what they tried to do. It makes sense. However, big however, the problem that line presents is that it's so iconic in Avengers. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, come on, you got to know the zeitgeist here, like a little bit better than that.
I didn't. So you're welcome, Blake.
Oh, when all the portals open up, he's
No.
in Sam, Black Falcon says on your left to Steve, Captain America.
Yeah,
Because that's
probably,
what Captain America was saying to him as he was passing him on the left.
that was after this was written.
Well, is that the line in the book?
Yeah, he's known like on your left. Like technically, so Jamie in the books is left-handed.
Yeah.
So his weak side is actually his right side, but
Okay.
Sam Hewen is
Right-handed,
right-handed.
so it's gotta
his
be
weak
left.
side is his left side. So this is like
So no matter what, it was a creation after the Avengers.
No.
Yeah, because if it was on your left in the book, that would make sense.
No, but he would have been on his right. Like this
I
is
know. I'm
like-
just saying.
So that's okay that you have Avengers ingrained in your mind.
Yeah.
Totally appreciate and love that for you. The rest of us didn't really see it that way.
Okay, fair enough.
So you can be like, oh my God, Captain America.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's probably the biggest scene in the most profitable movie ever made.
I didn't remember, and I've seen that movie a lot of times.
Okay.
So.
Hi, Mary and Blake. Nicole here from Warrigal in Australia.
Hi, Nicole.
Long-time listener, first-time caller, with my comments on 7.10 of Outlander. I'm giving this episode 4.75 kilts. I really enjoyed it, especially the flashback at the start with the two boys being taught swordcraft by John Murray, which really informed the final scene on Ian's deathbed about Ian protecting his chief's weak side. My good? Claire's reaction to the news that Jamie's ship goes down at sea and the montage of images, plus the music used to fit the scene so well. I thought the CGI shot they did of Philadelphia was well done too, as was the scene between Ian and Rachel beside the fire when Ian declares his love for her and Rachel compares him to Rollo. This passage is taken straight from the book. My bad. While I loved the initial conversation between Jamie and Ian, to then have it immediately followed by Ian's deathbed scene was just a bit jarring. I also felt the scene with Rachel and Archbug in the stables was not great.
Nope.
Arch didn't come across as menacing at all, what with his little hatchet. It felt like Rachel could have given him a decent shove and he would have toppled over. And, my great, Roger's excitement when he recognises the RAF military ID tags and realises that his long-lost father Jerry is the ferryman. Great to have you guys back podcasting. Bye.
Thanks, Nicole.
Oh,
I
thank you.
Yeah, with his little hatchet.
In that accent, it was perfect.
That whole scene.
Not great, Bob.
That whole scene was just oof. Not great. Okay, let's get to the next comment. All right, so this one comes from Rosie. She says, "Hey, Mary and Blake, Rosie from Toronto, California." Whoa, that's weird. Toronto, California. I didn't know that was a... Wait, no. Wrong. Really wrong, Blake.
Yeah, Blake. The
Oh, that one.
CA means Canada as
Yep.
well.
Yep, it does. Yes, it does. Oh, that was bad. Okay, Toronto, Canada. I'm going to have to live with that one for a while
It's
now.
okay.
What an episode. 4.7 kilts. I had goosebumps for the majority of the episode. So many emotional and riveting moments. Being a book reader, I knew pretty well what was coming our way, but I still had all the feels when Dougal entered the scene. I am loving the relationship Roger and Buck have formed. And Roger figuring out his dad is the ferryman sent shivers up my spine. Wow. Claire broke my heart. Her reaction to Jamie's death, in quotes, felt so real and so deep. I shed a few tears. My kids turned me and said, "Mommy, are you crying?" Yes, kids. Jamie's death can do that to a girl. My good. Dougal being back on our screens. I had all the season 1 feels. And my bad, Rachel's thee and thy. I know it is accurate for the time. It just seemed too much. That's that. Want to read the next one?
And that's it. It's like it's totally for the time, and like reading it, I think is one thing. It just for me, it just throws me off because I'm not used to it in the show with everybody else.
Yeah, I agree.
Marine says, "I think I'll give this episode 4.5 kilts. It's still a pretty solid episode, although the second half of the season continues to be very plot heavy, and it's just plowing through a lot.
Yep.
You can just tell they thought it was going to be the last season and wanted to cram as much in as they could. My good was Claire's reaction to Jamie being, quote, dead. I love how the show still managed to make us feel her pain when we know without a doubt Jamie isn't actually dead. My bad was the whole thing with William killing Archbug and then telling Ian and Rachel, it's fine, he won't be arrested for it. Because what? Because he's a British soldier? Lord John Grey's son? We don't know. We just brush the whole storyline under a rug and move on. And my great was the return of the one and only Dougal Mackenzie.
Yes.
However brief, it was just great to see Graham McTavish again. Where's our Dougal Funko Pop?
Where is he?
No.
I'll find him. Hold on one sec.
Oh, I see him. He's behind the queen.
I'll get him.
He's next to Frank. How many Outlander Funko Pops do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5.
Yep.
At least 5 of them.
There you go.
There we go. So there's Dougal. We got to bring him back. Bring the Dougs.
The Dougs.
There we go.
All right, let's get to the next voicemail. Here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Andrea from Oregon. And
Hi,
before
Andrea.
I get into my feedback, I have to say I was cackling at your commentary. I don't read for any audiobooks, but I do write books. And of course, I'm here for any Minute with Mary product sound bites you might need. So I'm calling about brotherly love and would give it 4.5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode and loved all the nostalgic elements, although I think I'm leaning toward being out on Roger's voiceovers.
Yep.
My good, that intro, I was not expecting to cry in the first 5 minutes.
Mhm.
I loved the flashback scene and leave it to old Ian to share such meaningful
Yes.
last words. Beautifully done. My bad, the Archbug kidnap scene with Rachel. Could you even call it that? It felt like bad theater.
Yep.
His grip on Rachel seemed fake. Ian running to the rescue felt too soon,
Yep.
and I think he found her a little too easily.
Yep.
And then William coming to the rescue out of the blue with a shotgun. The scene, to me, lost all attention that I had been feeling for Ian and Rachel's reunion.
Yep.
I understand that they may not have had time to play this storyline out longer, but it felt like they just needed to check it off a box and keep things moving, which
Yep.
I understand because there's a lot to cover this season. My great, Claire and Ian's relationship, but especially in the carriage scene. In a sense, she's been a mother figure to Ian for a third of his later life, and he's been her champion since she returned through the stones in season 3, giving her unconditional acceptance. So it's great to see how their relationship has blossomed, and the serious dialogue to the humor and the respect between the two is great.
All right.
Thanks for calling in.
Well, Andrea, thank you for calling in. You can call in at any time. Perhaps even do some voiceovers for us at one point or another. Because this was Andrea. Andrea, who we thought was the voiceover artist.
Yes, I know.
Andrea, you can be in my Calm app at any time. I'm here for it.
It's our calm writer coming out.
All right, next episode, voicemail. Here we go. You might as well just leave the headphones on, my love.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Tonje from. I'll tell you at the end. I'm giving this episode.
Okay. Where are you thinking?
Do it again.
Okay.
Ah.
All right, ready? Here we go.
4.7
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Messed that up. Here we go.
kills.
Ah.
I guess. Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Tonje from. I'll tell you at the end. I'm giving this episode 4.7 kills.
Okay, what do you got?
Keep going. I don't know.
Keep going. Okay.
I guess not a full 100%, only because of Jamie being missing at sea. I refuse to believe he died. But did he get on that ship? That's the question.
Yeah. Knowing Outlander and knowing Diana, he did not get on that ship. I'm just saying that.
Where do you think she's from?
So I have a little bit of an upper hand in this, and it's unfair.
Okay.
Because I can see the spelling of her name.
Yeah.
And the name is from my neck of the woods. So I don't want to give anything away quite yet.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
No, you can say what you think it is.
I'm thinking... All right, so it's either Denmark or Norway.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Nice.
If I had to put money on it... See, my initial thought's Denmark, right? But if I had... the problem that I have is I don't trust myself, so I'm going to put money on Norway. Okay.
Nice shot from William. That was a close call, Ian. Good to see Mr. Bug gone, to be honest. I can't imagine I'm being the only one thinking that.
You're not, Tonje.
So, Lord John, after I realized that we are going away from the books, I'm more okay with this plot. Well, we'll see. Over to my absolute favorite place this season was Roger, time-traveling storyline. The eyes when Roger realized that this may be his father's time. Jaw-dropping moment. That it is for me. Good to have you back. I'm a second time.
Okay, your official guess.
I don't have one.
You don't have a guess?
No.
Really?
I don't.
You can't even, come up with a...
I'm better in America. Where?
All right, here we go.
Clan member from this week. Bye from Norway.
Oh! Yes!
Nice job.
Yes! Nice. Makes me want to shout. From Norway.
Had you not seen her name,
Had I not seen her name,
I don't think you would have gotten it.
no, I would have guessed German.
Okay.
I would, and listen, it's all Germany anyway. I'm from that. My family's from that area, so I can say that joke. It's all Germany anyway. So,
It's not.
no, it's not. It's not at all. But you know what I mean.
I would have just said Elsa Land.
Elsa. She's from Frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they
here
have
we
fjords.
go. Yes, all the fjords.
Yeah.
So many fjords.
You know what it is? It's a hello.
Yeah.
Do you want to go shopping? Is that like the sing song? Doo 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 doo.
It's like the guy with the
the
trader
carrots?
post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's him. It's like the sing song.
All right.
I love
Let's get one more voicemail in.
But that's why the Wisconsin kind of people, like Midwest kind of people.
Yeah.
The don't you know?
Yeah.
Those kind of people. I think they're from there. I think that's where they all ended up going.
Sure.
Like what you refer to as what once was, all Germany, but like all kind of that area.
Well, most of it actually started in New York. New York was it like...
So, honey, that's because there's Ellis Island.
No. I mean, I'm talking like way before Ellis Island.
Oh. A lot of people came through Ellis Island, Blake. A lot of people came there. There's a lot of people in New York.
No, I know. But New York was originally a Dutch colony, and a lot of people from that area settled in New York.
Great.
Like,
there's a lot of cars there, too. Okay.
It's because of Ellis Island, Blake. Yeah, sweetheart. Sure. It's because of Ellis Island.
A lot of people did go through there.
Oh. All right, let's get to the next one.
Mary and Blake. Steve Mack here from
Steve.
Merrimack. Quick one on this latest episode. Ding dong, Archie Bug is dead.
Yep.
Thank God. He
No,
had
it's-
it coming
press
for
pause.
a long time. Love.
Hold on.
What?
He can't sing Ding Dong, Archie Bug is Dead, which is a reference to what, Blake?
Wicked.
Yeah, no.
Well, Wizard of Oz.
Correct.
Sure.
Ding Dong, the Wicked Witch
it's
is
all
dead.
it's all wicked.
It's not all the same.
It's like Germany.
But then he can't say, thank good. What did he say? Thank God?
Thank God, yeah.
No. This means Steve hasn't seen Wicked yet. Because it
Well, I
opens
thought it was
up.
from Wizard of Oz.
Well, he made a Wizard of Oz song. And Steve, now you have to say, thank goodness, because that's what they sing in the beginning of Wicked.
All right, you know what? Let's go back. Let's hear it again.
He's dead. Thank God.
Nope. Fail. He hasn't seen Wicked. He's seen the Wizard of Oz, but
Steve.
I don't think Steve's seen Wicked
Steve,
yet.
you let us know. You let us know.
Have
if
you
you've
listened to
seen
the Wicked soundtrack a million times? Have you been in Target at all before the Christmas music? Because that's all they were playing.
Has it been the soundtrack to your life as it has been mine for the past month?
No one mourns the wicked, Steve. No one mourns the wicked.
All right, here we go.
He had it coming for a long time. Love that he got aced.
Yep.
However,
Oh,
like you're right on. That writing was kind of rubbish.
Hold on. I got to play this.
What? I heard his
Like
however.
you're right on. That
Hold on.
writing.
We all
Love
heard him say
that
however.
he got aced. However,
However.
Your cousin from Boston.
Okay.
Or New Hampshire.
Blake, you're right on. That writing was kind of rubbish.
It was.
I mean, imagine taking all that time, tracking them, monitoring them, stalking, and then throwing it away in the barn, not even knowing if Ian was really going to be there.
Right.
I mean, come on.
It's garbage.
Come on.
Come on.
Anyway. Yeah. And by the way, I was sitting on my couch and I said to my wife, I'm like, dude, what is Brianna going to do all season? Sit at
Right.
home and cry?
I know.
Her parents are in the past. Her husband's in the past.
She's totally gone.
One of her kids is gone.
Yep.
What is she going to do?
Yep.
And darn it, Blake, you crushed my mind grapes. Jemmy might not even be in the past.
Yes.
He might still be home.
I know.
Dude, I want that to be true. I want that to be true.
It's going to be true there, Steve.
Awesome episode. There's much more. But I'm a space cadet and I can't remember what I wanted to say. Anyway, love seeing Dougal again. Dougal and Google. See ya.
Thanks, Steve Mack. Appreciate you. All right, let's get to the next comment. Marvin, why don't you read it?
Carrie Robinson writes in, hi, Mary and Blake from Carrie in Illinois. Happy you're back. Overall, episode 710 was a good episode. I give it 4.5 kilts. My good, I enjoyed seeing all the drama at Gaelis' house and Dougal actually meeting her. What a player.
Uh-huh.
One can only imagine what wares she showed him.
All the ways.
Is this correct? I think that
Maybe the
this was the
underwears.
first scene with dialogue between Gaelis and Dougal in all of Outlander so far. She's asking a question.
What?
She's asking if
I
this
was
is
too
the
busy
first
worried about the underwears.
dialogue between Gaelis and Dougal.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't.
either.
If anything, I am fairly certain they had at least one back and forth, at least in season one.
Well, Carrie wanted to see more.
Sure.
Her bad Mercy Woodcock's spy scene.
Mhm.
Why does Claire always jump in without thinking of consequences? She's too old to keep making that mistake.
Yup.
Jamie isn't there to rescue her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think age has anything to do with it, Carrie. I just think
that
she just goes all in.
her brain
She always has,
stops
always will.
before her body does.
Always will.
Yep,
Good
I
old
agree.
Claire.
Such a Gryffindor.
Her great. I loved the cliffhanger ending of Lord John Grey proposing to a grieving Claire. I love the stress and drama. I can't wait to see the next episode. Thanks again for your show. By the way, I sent you a recipe for strawberry pretzel jello salad. You gotta try it, says Carrie.
No! God, please, no!
I think we need to
No!
make it for Christmas.
No!
No.
Yeah.
No!
That's right, Michael. No way.
Barbara Ross wrote in and said, I don't normally do book-to-show comparisons. However, in trying to cram parts of 3 to 4 books into season 7 and 8, and come up with their own ending.
Mhm.
Season 7 so far has been off.
Mhm.
No plotline is given enough context to be believable.
Yep.
No emotional moment is given enough time to build and then to breathe. I'm not sure I have a solution. The writers have quite a challenge, and I will watch until the bitter end, but I'm not enjoying this plot construction.
Mary, if you had a choice, let's say you're Matt Roberts, and you had a choice on what to do, how would you go about? Would you stay true to the books, the way that it's being constructed, or would you say, I am going to just cut this crap out and just focus on the thing that matters most to the ending that I want to craft? Or do you want to stay true? What would you do?
I don't know, man. You've gone this far.
Right.
We've gone this far. And the tricky thing is that, like, Diana brings stuff back that, like, you didn't think was important. And then all of a sudden, it's right there, and you're like, what the hell? Diana Gabaldon.
What are we doing?
My God. My God. So she's just the queen of that, man.
Sure, yeah.
She's the queen of random stuff that is not random at all.
Yeah.
And then the queen of random stuff that is, and you're holding on to it. Saying, was this important? Was this person? Was this random person who was at the clan gathering with the 50 million other people?
It's like it's like those cables that you have that you can't throw away.
It's the box of cables.
You might need it.
But
in
it's
10
so
years.
important that you have it, right?
Yeah,
Like
right.
that is it. That is what Diana has. She has a junk drawer of cables
Yep.
and adapters.
Yes,
And
all
you
the
don't
adapters.
know which one is going to be the most important thing on the most important day of your life. And you're like, thank God I had that. Thank God I knew that backstory of that person. Oh my God, this is amazing. Flip it. She's a friggin' genius.
Yep.
Then you got all these other cables.
What are you gonna do with the cables?
Matt Roberts is sitting there
with a whole mess of cables.
saying she hasn't finished this next book.
And it's not even untangled. You know when the cables get all tangled up and it turns into a big ball?
Yeah.
That's what Matt Roberts
And
has
she
right
sat down, and she said, this one's important.
now. Figure it out.
This one's important. This one's important.
I don't envy Matt Roberts' job of
No.
coming to his own ending. Much the same way I didn't envy the job of David Benioff and D.B. Weiss for
But
Game of
know-
Thrones.
You know that Diana and George, when they're having their little coffee date,
Oh, yeah.
they're just laughing.
They're just snickering to themselves. Like, they just look at each other and laugh.
Yeah.
Because they already know.
They're like, we are the best.
Yeah.
Even though Blake Larson thinks that I'm not the best when I write my own show.
No, I didn't say
Always.
always the best. There's
Sorry.
a huge difference.
Anyway. We'll show them. That's what they're saying
Yeah.
as they have their little warm bevy laughing together.
George can't even finish the second to last book. Never mind the final book. Like, dude, get your stuff together.
Do they get together and say how many pages?
Yeah, and he's like 2.
Yeah. She's the AP
George,
class. the
George,
advanced.
it's been a year and a half. What are you talking about? 2 pages? Do you mean 2 chapters?
Diana's writing 5 things at once.
I know. She's got 18 million
Love
things
it.
going on.
Love it.
All right. Barbara Ross says, I don't normally do... Oh, nope. She already did that one. Sorry. My fault.
Dara.
My fault. I
Dara
screwed that up.
Lovitz. Where are you going?
I was going to play
Dara
some... Whatever.
Lovitz gives it 4.9 kilts, right, Blake?
Lovitz. Yeah. 4.9 kilts from Dara Lovitz. So exciting to see this story unravel and connect with our favorite characters from episodes past. This Philly girl loved the old city street scenes. Head house square, Bartram's garden, etc. But why not film on location? Many of those alleyways in Head House Square have the original structures, the brick walls, the cobblestone streets. Why go to the effort to recreate it in Liverpool when most of it still exists in Philly? My second gripe is that I had trouble distinguishing when Roger was talking via inner monologue versus out loud. I had to rewind and rewatch a couple of times to look closely to see if his lips were moving and therefore talking aloud. Mary, your thoughts about why they are not going to Philadelphia?
It's everybody's over in Scotland.
Yes,
Everybody. It's
yeah.
going to be a heck of a lot more expensive to fly them all over
Mm-hmm.
and deal with the
All the
U.S.
equipment.
stuff. No, just deal with like now we got to film in Philly and deal with these people.
Permits,
oh
customs.
my God, let's just make our own. We already know what we're doing.
Yep.
Make our own. Our own people can go home and have dinner with their families.
Yep. Find something at least similar.
I mean, that probably was on the table. Like, is it worth this? And then people said, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
We can make that.
And I think I would agree that it's just not worth it. Yeah. If you can have a reasonable facsimile of Philadelphia in Liverpool, then go do that.
Because once again, these people they live there.
Yeah.
So this is like their day job for a lot of them.
Yep.
You know, so they honestly can show up and build and paint.
And it's not like this.
And then go home to their
This
families.
has the budget of a giant movie that's being made.
This isn't the budget of an Avengers.
Right, exactly.
On your left.
Chris Lombardi says, I did want to comment about Rachel's Oathbreaker comment. Her opinion's great, but Quakers at the time sheltered deserters, hoping they became conscientious objectors, including Jacob Ritter, who deserted at Brandywine in 1777 and went on to convert and become a Quaker elder. Lastly, in reference to the long history of this podcast, as you mentioned in 709, the reason I continued to listen to you and why I dropped the others was precisely that. You do not allow spoilers.
No, we do not.
No, we do not. I'm reading the books after watching the series, and I despise spoilers.
They're the worst.
So, I'm very grateful for your discretion in this regard. Thank you for leaving it at Mary.
Interesting.
Love you.
It is hard.
It
is so hard.
I can only imagine how hard it is for Mary and all the other nerds that listen to this podcast. But the good news is that all you listening in your car or at the gym, you can scream as much as you want at us, and we ain't going to hear it. So it's okay. I'm here for it. Let's do some more voicemail, shall we?
Okay.
Hello from the Highlands of Scotland. It's Kirsten Lang
Hi,
here
Kirsten.
giving you my take on the episode. The good. Dougal is back. I was still recovering from having our nympho Carrie Gellis around when in walks the Gallus
Nympho Carrie.
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
We've missed you. Nympho
Carrie.
Well done, Kirsten. You broke Blake.
Nympho Carrie. Somewhere Sissy SpaceX ears just popped right up. Oh my God, what? Oh, Kirsten, thank you.
Baldwin himself.
Wait, what? Something
Gave him
Bolton?
the-
Go back.
Baldwin himself.
Nope,
Who
go back
walks
even more,
the
Blake.
Gallus Baldwin himself. Gave him the fastest shagger of the year award, though.
Yep.
That's got to be the quickest chat-up line to a Hawk McGandy in the next room we've seen. Get your coat, Gellis, you've pulled. The bad. The writers must think our heads button up the back to give us such clunky and obvious dialogue. Parts of it were like Sesame Street in the 1700s. The absolute worst being Lord John at the end. A grieving Claire locked in her room, completely bereft, needing compassion, does not need Sir Gift-a-Lot Galoof himself barging in, and the first thing he utters, "Marry me, Claire, give me strength." The great Ian's demise, a perfect portrayal of true friendship and love to the end. That's all from me. Cheerio.
Give me strength. Oh, love that.
Agreed.
All right, let's do the next. Next voicemail.
Hey, Mary and Blake, this is Angie in Carrollton, Georgia.
Hi,
Wanted
Angie.
to give my rating for episode 10.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 4.8. I really liked it. This felt like the episode we should have started the season with. My good was the Buck and Roger Galus Dougal stuff. Galus and Dougal making doogly eyes at each other.
Doogly
and then
eyes.
just knowing each other for 2 seconds and is like, let me see your wares, girl. Loved that part. My bad was the whole Mr. Bug thing. Like, I'm over it. Never liked it. Even in the books.
Yep.
Never liked that storyline. My great was the Ian and Jamie goodbye, him carrying him to bed and like saying on my left, and like, oh, it was really good. And then also Jamie dying. I know it sounds terrible that my greats are people dying, but the flashbacks, it really brought me back to season 2 cold open, where she finds out that they lost Culloden and like collapses in the middle of the road.
Yes.
It just that she really knows how to play a woman with a broken heart like really well.
Yep.
And also the flashback stuff. It almost brought me to tears, and so that was really good. I thought it was one of the best scenes so far this season.
Yep.
So really liked it. Can't wait to talk to you guys again next week. See you later. Bye.
Marvin, would this serve as a better entryway into the season than the last episode?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I'd
You
agree.
think so?
I mean, well, on the flip side, we opened the previous one with like being back in Scotland,
Sure.
so I dig that too.
Yeah.
I like both. I'm just happy to be back, man.
Janelle says this episode was amazing. It was a great pick-me-up after a rough day. Call me crazy, but I'm doing a good, great, best, and a meh.
Oh.
I was going to say hopefully Blake doesn't throw me out with the bathwater, but it's Outlander, so hopefully Blake doesn't throw me out with, like Bonnet, throwing babies overboard.
Oh.
The good. The key, seeing key scenes of the book come to life, opening with a young Jamie and wee young old Ian with both legs, learning to fight and how to guard each other's weak sides.
Both legs. We young old
It's an-
Ian
it's an
with
ab-
both legs.
It's an important distinction. Seeing Lord John again and his faith in Claire, seeing William crushing on Rachel, but she's quick to drop him in her flower basket for the chance Ian has returned. I thought William said earlier in the season that he was no errand boy, but he's definitely willing to be your servant, ma'am, for Rachel. So sweet to see Ian and Rachel declaring their love, although I would like to have seen them kiss. Then there's Claire and Denny Hunter geeking out over medical stuff and having their own Grey's Anatomy moment, 1770s style. I was never a big Grey's Anatomy guy.
I know.
I was just kind of out on it. I felt like ER did it well. Why are we repeating it? That's my thought.
You're gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings with that, but
Sorry,
it's okay.
that's how it goes. Great. The adventures of no sacred cows here at Mary and Blake Media.
I know, Blake.
No
we
sacred
know,
cows.
We know.
The adventures of Roger and Buck with all of their Back to the Future moments, although I did feel a little dirty the way Dougal was said "where's" to Galis. And then Roger and Buck lingered for a second while the however many great-grandparents get it on in the room next door. Get out of there, man. I think I've lost track. I'm sorry. Get out of there, man. You don't want to hear that. I guess this means Roger is also responsible for them meeting. I think I've lost track of how many times has Roger saved his own life at this point. By the way, Roger has the worst family reunions. Technically, Jamie is a cousin, however many generations removed. Meeting Jamie got him beat up and sold to the Mohawk. Buck got him hanged. Then Roger realizes he basically introduced the great-grandparents and almost hears them grind some corn.
Yes. Nice throwback.
Side note, maybe Galis is why Leary thought Claire being a healer made her It seems all of Cranesmere knew exactly what kinds of potions Galis was really selling, except for her husband. The best, David Barry and Katrina Balfe, showing heart-wrenching grief. They were tearing my guts out, especially with the montage that ends with the quote from Jamie, "When the day shall come that we do part, if my last words are not, I love ya, you'll ken it was because I didn't have time." I knew what was coming and still found myself in tears. Oh, and of course, Lord John can cry pretty. Also, the colors for this second half of the season seem so vivid and rich. Maybe Blake has cinematography nerds stats to explain why. I can tell you why. Because they're technically back in Scotland. And that is the reason why the vibrancy is back. That's the whole idea.
Love it.
And for my meh, I feel like Blake is going to hate me for having a meh.
It's okay.
But hear me out. I'm actually okay with a meh. I feel like Mary would be more in the meh hate train.
No, I kind of like it. It's original.
It's not bad, but it's not great. Kind of like Claire saving Henry's life, but pulling his sausages, aka intestines, out for Denny to see. Glad Denny could learn and y'all can geek out, but poor Lord John is about to hurl in a corner, and Mercy Woodcock is not sure y'all are sane. So here it is. I'm still not sure about the pacing. I know how much they are having to pare down and adapt. It seems to be moving, though, quite fast. I'd like more time with the characters, but maybe I'm just being greedy because I know this will all come to an end next season. Does that make me an Outlander whore? Maybe I don't want to know the answer to that. However, with all the storylines in 3 different timelines, it kind of reminds me of like season 3 when we had different timelines and Kat said it felt like vignettes that were linked together. In a way, it's another callback and that helps a little. I'm just not sure if I'm sold on the writers and editors' wares like Dougal is with Galis. Are you sold on this idea, Marvin? About the vignettes being pieced together that Kat had said back in season 3, serving as somewhat of a template for this season.
Ooh, I don't know. I just think they're doing the best that they can.
Sure.
I think they really know their endpoint and how much they have left, and we either have it shoved together, smushed, or you're gonna lose things, and you're gonna lose some important things. So listen, if I have to be at an all-you-can-eat buffet of Outlander and you just got to get your money's worth, you know that? You know when you were like, okay.
You got to sit close to the steak. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Because you got to watch when it comes out.
It's one of those guys. And you know you're going to have to unbutton your button. You know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Okay? You're going to be like, wow, I ate too much. That was a lot in one show. That was really stuffed. But you love it, guys. You're only at the buffet once.
Sit close to the steak. It's a veteran move, I'm telling you.
There's only so many episodes left, so if they want to cram it all in, I'm taking it. I'm taking it like Galis.
Get the shrimp, too, while you're at it. All right, next voicemail.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Jillian. First-time caller, semi-long-time listener.
Okay, all right.
Yay! Semi-long time. What is semi? Maybe it's because she heard the, we've been doing this for a decade.
She's like, oh, boy, I haven't been around for a decade.
I want to know what
I bet semi is like 3 years.
Oh.
Like, nothing to sneeze at, but still not a ton. You know, like I appreciate it.
Okay.
There's enough there where you're like, yeah, I've been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been around.
Yeah. I dig it.
Definitely not 10 years, though.
But like, panorama.
I would say
if you've been
probably started in Panorama.
Okay.
That's a semi-long time.
We call COVID the Panorama, guys.
All right, here we go.
I first found your podcast last August after season 7.
Wait, whoa, time out. Last August, you're out. Not semi-long time.
That's a year.
That's a brand new listener.
No, it's not brand new.
It's basically brand new.
Still semi.
Like,
it's been over a year of her life.
That does not warrant the semi moniker.
I give it to you.
I would
it's
say
not like this August.
I would say
you are a semi-long time listener. Okay.
I would say
if
relatively
been with
new.
us over
I would
a
say
year,
relatively new, not semi-long time.
Like a year and some months.
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you differently.
In comparison to how
Think
long
about,
we've been
a
around,
relationship with someone.
That's
By now, you've 100% said love. You're thinking about moving in. You got some things going on.
It's a relatively new.
Think about what happened between Claire and Jamie within a year and so many months. Yes.
She'd already gone back to England by that point.
Seriously, you count.
All right, fair.
When A finished airing, and I was wanting some fresh Outlander content. I'm very grateful to have found you guys in this wonderful community.
Thank you, Jillian.
I thought I would play the game from last season and have you guys guess where I'm from. And I promise I won't mislead y'all too much.
All right, we got a y'all in there.
Crap. Oh, I wasn't listening that well.
So, we got a y'all.
Yeah.
All right. We can go back and start it over again if you want.
Start it over.
Okay.
My kilt rating for episode 7. Mary and Blake, this is Jillian. First-time caller, semi-long-time listener. I first found your podcast last August after season 7A finished airing, and I was wanting some fresh Outlander content. I'm very grateful to have found you guys in this wonderful community. I thought I would play the game from last season and have you guys guess where I'm from. And I promise I won't mislead y'all too much.
All right, so a y'all, if it wasn't for the y'all, I'm thinking like Connecticut.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
But we got a y'all. I'm still thinking East Coast. I'm going to go Georgia.
Okay.
You got one yet?
No, I'm like Oklahoma.
Oh,
I'm like y'all Western.
do they say y'all in Oklahoma?
I think so. I don't know. That's what I'm picturing. I'm thinking you're like from the middle of our country, and there's farmland near you.
Because she says y'all is farmland?
No, I don't think she's Southern y'all. I think she's more Western cowboy y'all with like corn.
Okay.
And like there's cows that she can see on her drive to work.
So she's like a Nebraska,
Yeah.
Oklahoma,
Yeah.
in that
Texas.
range.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Texas is south.
She's not in Kansas anymore, okay? We're talking that kind of stuff.
Could be Kansas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Could be Kansas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Blake.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying she's from there.
All right, so
She's
you're thinking
Dorothy,
that you're
Wizard of
thinking
Oz.
that section of the country.
That big old section. Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go.
My kilt rating for episode 710 is 4.7.
All
My
right.
good. Ian Sr.'s final tender moments. Jamie carrying Ian to bed. Ian's last words. His final whispered Jenny made me misty-eyed and told me the depth of their quiet romance we as viewers didn't get to see much of. My bad. Dougal and Gaelus's first meeting.
Oh.
Seemed the writers were scared we would forget that these two get together and produce Buck, so they shoved it in our faces and had the pair get it on within seconds of meeting each other.
Fair.
Yuck. My great was the whole sequence of Claire learning about Jamie and her following grief. Claire saying, "That doesn't happen," ripped my heart out. And the point of view shot of Claire reading the ship's manifest and then her gaze wandering to and lingering on the British officer's coat sleeve really made her shock palpable. I also loved when Claire is tossing and turning that night, there's the animation of the waves over the Claire and Jamie montage. Last great about this whole sequence is when Lord John checks on Claire in the morning and Claire says in a very familiar and sibling way, "Go away." I love how their relationship has grown. Okay, time for the grand reveal.
Okay, final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm still in that neck of the woods, and you think Connecticut.
No,
or
I said Georgia.
Okay.
I'm going Georgia.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Y'all have your final guesses in? I am from Ohio.
Ohio! Neither of us were right.
No.
I cannot believe that there's a y'all in there from Ohio, of all places.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Agreed. Through
Northeast
Westford.
Ohio to be a wee bit more specific.
Oh.
Love you guys. Bye.
Wow.
Northeast Ohio.
Now we're learning something. People in
Holy
Ohio say
smokes.
y'all.
All right, here we go. Let's get the next voicemail.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Marcia from Columbus talking brotherly.
From Columbus, we're getting some Ohio love today. This is great. Welcome, Marcia.
Love. I give this episode 4 kilts. My good, Katrina Balf's performance. Claire, when she learns that Jamie, the love of her life, has been lost at sea, presumed dead, all of the anguish and pain that you can tangibly feel.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. But that leads to my bad. How they can interrupt such a fine performance with this cheesy montage of the dark, ominous waves and then flashbacks to previous seasons. It was just a poor choice, in my opinion. Also a poor choice, the surgical scene. Where was the blood? Where was the gore? All of that attention to detail that was always part of Claire's surgeries was just not there. They show Lord John looking away at the gore, but there was no gore. It just looked like, she makes one incision with one drop of blood, and then there's sausage freshly made coming out of his abdomen like a butcher shop. I don't get it. But my great everything Jamie and Ian in that storyline, from Papa Murray showing the boys how to fight as a team to Ian's last words to Jamie, "On your left, man." All the shaman. Cannot wait to talk the next episode. So glad to be back with Outlander cast. Have a great week, guys.
Oh, thank you, Marcia. Mary, your thoughts on there not being gore? Would you consider the fondling
that was
gore?
gory enough for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
The sound effects they added too.
And I would also concur that I was not a huge fan of the
sausage,
the editing of the memories with the waves. I felt like it was a little cheesy.
Okay.
Like if there was a spectrum, we were more on the cheesy end.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred it done a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But I see what they were trying to go for.
Yeah.
All right. You want to read one from Peg next?
Sure, I will. Once my iPad's unlocked because it locked over
Oh, jeez.
You
All right.
know, it takes. Why don't you read, Peg?
Okay, Peg says, so far this season, I haven't been able to settle on a kilt
I like how
rating.
she has season in quotes because it's not a real season.
It ain't a real season. For either episode 9 or 10, there are 5 kilt moments and 1 kilt moments. And unlike past episodes, I can't settle on an average. Well, technically, I guess it would be 3.5, because if you had 5 and you had 1, would it be, or 2.5? What? This is why you don't do live math.
God.
That's why we don't do live math.
Oh my God.
California, Canada, 3.5, 2.5.
Oh. 3.
3, sure.
In between 1 and 5. 1.
Yeah, I was right. I was
2,
there.
3, 4, 5. Count
Yeah,
your fingers.
I was there.
Which one's in the middle?
Number 3.
Oh, Blake. I don't know. Oh no! How are you functioning?
I'm out making decisions. Just living life, man. I can't settle on an average. Episode 9 has such a lovely moments between Mohawk Ian and his parents. But that episode...
I can't believe you. You're trying to get a job at a math place.
They're going to see this and be like, yeah, dude, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to... No. Why did you stick to podcasts?
Oh my God. What's in between 1 and 5?
2.5.
Maybe 3.5. I don't know.
Well, you take 5 and you divide it by 2, and what do you get? What do you get?
Like
2.5.
if the options are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. But you take 5, you divide it in half, what do you get?
Sweetheart, that's not what we're doing here. It's okay. Continue.
That's how you find the average of something.
Just keep going, Blake.
But that episode also felt like I was watching a long-playing series where the producers bring back all the former cast members for a final catch-up and goodbye in the series finale episode. Dot each I and cross each T. That continued a bit in episode 10 with the return of Dougal and wrapping up the Woodcock amputee storyline, but Outlander is back, and I am grateful. My episode 10, a 3-way tie. Oh, Mary would not be happy about this. Luckily, she's checking something out. Lord John continuing to protect the Frasers at every turn. His love for Jamie is so great that he will do anything to protect Claire, even if it puts himself in very grave danger, and which I'm worried is what will happen. Ian and Rachel finally making their love official, and William showing his genetic code by swooping in and saving Ian, cleaning up the mess, just like dear old Dad would do. The bad. Good God, Claire, do you ever think about the consequences your actions have on the people who surround and love you? And here's the thing, though. No, she doesn't. She absolutely does not ever think about that. There are times when I really dislike Claire because of her choices, and the spying business is just one more of those times. The great Roger's storyline continues to impress me over the past 2 episodes, and his clear excitement and emotion over the prospect of meeting his father rang true. The show appears to be working hard to salvage Roger's character, and Rick is rising to the challenge.
Sure is.
His acting has been stellar. Can't wait to meet his father. Yeah, that guy. Get out of here, Rick Rankin. Why don't you go give your fish to somebody else? Clown show. Tool.
Right, next
Bet you he
voicemail.
knows the average between 1 and 5.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
All right.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Catherine from Minnesota.
Hi, Catherine.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. And I'm telling you, Blake, you need to come on over and try one of our fabulous salads. We will make you a convert, I promise.
Absolutely not. Never, not once will I ever try one of those salads.
I'm going to make him eat it. I'm going to sneak it in there.
No, it won't happen. You're not going to see me eating Jell-O with marshmallow and cookies and peanuts and pecans. And you guys are out of your mind. Out of your mind, dude, with mayonnaise. Who eats marshmallow and mayonnaise together? Hey, what are we doing?
Continue.
All right.
Anyway, I'm calling in about episode of Outlander 710, Brotherly Love. And I'm going to give this episode a kilt rating of 4.89.
Okay.
I thought it was just fabulous. It brought me back to the feelings I had back in season 1 with all the Scotland and the scenery, just everything. Everything. Loved it, loved it, loved it.
Yep.
So, my GBG. My good. I loved seeing Claire and Denzel in the surgery. I just found it really cute how he was getting all excited watching her and experimenting and learning from her. I just loved seeing their bond form, and I just thought it was really beautiful to see. My bad. Ian and Arch Bug. Cheese and rice. You're telling me that Ian lived and fought.
Is there more of a Minnesota phrase than cheese and rice? Cheese and rice. Definitely not from Boston.
No.
With the Mohawk Ian. Went and killed a bunch of guys who kidnapped his Auntie Claire. Ian couldn't take down this old man in 2.5 seconds.
Right.
Come on.
Come on.
My great. Ian and Jamie in the beginning. Just so heart-wrenching and beautiful. I loved it. Anyway, thank you so much. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Mohawk Ian, who straight up murdered dudes when Auntie Claire was captured. And he can't beat up old, rickety, frail, stupid Archbug. I don't care if Archbug got the jump on him. It doesn't matter. You can flick him off you like a flea. Do you see that guy?
I did, Blake. It's it's a ridiculous
He looks
scene.
like a physical manifestation of osteoporosis. All right, next one.
Hi, Marion Blake. This is Taylor calling from Philadelphia. I give this
Taylor.
episode 4.7 kilts. My good was seeing Galis and Dougal again. It really brought back the Outlander season 1 feels.
Yep.
My bad was Archbug. That whole scene in the barn just did not work for me. It didn't feel authentic. It felt rehearsed and it didn't feel real.
Yep.
And my great was everything Lord John Grey. Seeing him back on the screen is amazing. And I really did feel the emotion, even though I don't believe Jamie's dead. I really did feel the emotion from him and Claire with Jamie's death. I think that was the point, not for us to believe it, but for these characters to believe it.
Sure.
I am worried about the fact that they have to get married, and I hope that they don't have to consummate, because it just brought me back to season 1 of Outlander with Jamie and Claire having to have to consummate that night. And I was just like, I don't want this to ruin the Frasers and Lord John Grey's relationship if this ends up happening. So I really hope that Jamie gets back before that happens. Overall, a great episode. I can't wait to see what happens next. And I guess I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.
Aw, thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They're totally going to get it.
They don't have to consummate
this
this
gonna.
marriage.
They're going to. There's no way they don't. There's no way they don't. Come on. Look at that man. Man's a dreamboat.
He is.
Girls' panties just come off. What, walking around him.
God.
All right, next one.
Hi, Marion Blake. This is Tori from Indiana.
Hi, Tori.
And I have to say I've giggled a couple times this week with my hometown igniting the conversation of the salads that aren't salads. Love it. I haven't personally partaken in that Midwestern delicacy, but
It's because you're sane. You see that, you go, I ain't eating marshmallow with mayonnaise. It's bananas.
They're not always
Probably got bananas in it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going, Tori.
I did some research and sent you guys a little email. Blake, as a history nerd, I think you'll get a kick out of it.
Cool.
Loved this week's episode. My goodness, you guys are right. It was like a movie with so much going on. Roger's storyline, super interesting. Loved your outlandish theory on that, Blake.
Thank you.
I'm a book reader, but only up until this season, so I have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay.
But also, side note, on the Roger storyline of him being the reason that Galis and Dougal meet. Also, Dougal has game, right? Meeting Galis for the first time, and
the kids call that Riz today.
Yes.
Google has so much Riz.
Going straight to the bedroom. Or maybe Galis is just that easy. That's also equally as possible. So that's been really fun. Also, I'm not convinced either that Jamie's dead. Are they going to maybe, I don't know, utilize his prophetic dream ability if he is dead to continue to come back
Nope,
into
not
the
dead.
series, visiting Claire in some way, shape, or form.
Would be a nice idea. Would love it. Especially it would give credence to the whole ghost idea at the beginning of season 1. Love that idea. Definitely not going to happen. Here we go.
Who knows? I'm very interested in what they're doing this season. So, loving everything. I give a 4.9 kills, 100%. It was
right, Tori.
by far the best episode yet. So, at least this season. Thanks for all you do, guys, and talk to you next week.
Thank you, Tori.
Thanks, Tori.
Appreciate that. You want to do one more voicemail, and then we can finish it off with the last comment? Okay, here we go.
Hi, Mario, Blake. Ito Blanca yan.
Hello,
No, I'm
Blanca.
kidding. Hi, guys. No, I'm not Norwegian.
No, Mary, not Norwegian.
Not Elsa Land.
Not Frozen. Here we go.
How are you? I'm just here for the latest episode. Sorry I didn't introduce myself last week.
It's okay.
I think I did like many audios, and then I forgot about it.
Oh, yes.
I thought I did.
That's okay.
But anyway,
where are you from?
no one has gotten it right, so there you go.
I'm out. You're wrong. I'm wrong. No one's right.
Ugh. Crap.
Where is she from?
I hope she tells us.
All right, here we go.
So anyway, I wanted to do a GV for this, but I really struggled with this episode. The only thing, it felt rushed. It felt disconnected. I don't know if it's the book reader in me, but the only part I liked was Ian's passing. It was befitting, but the rest of the episode felt very rushed, with everything happening with Claire and that pensioner that almost got Ian killed. So it was really, really hard to see that bit. Like, how can you not outrun that man?
Right.
Anyway, so Blanca, let's see if anyone finds out where I'm from. Thank you guys. Bye.
She's playing the game. She's totally playing the game.
Okay, so where did you say?
I said Portugal.
Okay.
Then there was a Spain guess.
How about Peru?
I'm gonna go Guatemala.
Okay.
I'm gonna go there. No. Wrong. I'm doing a take recall. Ready?
Yeah.
Brazil. Going Brazil.
You're cheating.
How am I
just
cheating?
said Peru. Brazil's right next to Peru.
Brazil and Peru are different countries,
They
Marvin.
are.
It's like saying Canada and the United States is the same thing. It's not. It's not Germany.
Fine. You can have Brazil.
All right, I'm taking Brazil.
I like Brazil too.
You got Peru?
Sure, Blake.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you want to?
I'm on the border.
You're sitting on the fence. You're just like you're leaning one way or the other.
I don't know anyone from Peru. I don't know why I picked Peru.
That's a fence take right there.
I like Peruvian food.
Peruvian food's great. So is Bolivian food.
Yeah, I like them both.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? Fine. I'll do Peru and Bolivia.
Okay, fair enough.
I like their food. They both touch Brazil.
All right, here we go. Last comment. Here we go. You want to read it?
You can.
Okay, this one comes from, I've read the last 3, so I feel like people are going to be sick of me by then. All right, people are sick of me already, no matter what. This one comes from Laurel. She says, 5 kilts. My husband and I debriefed about this episode for like 2 hours after viewing. Cool. Such an action-packed episode. And Blake, the last 2 episodes, my husband says that he loves Roger's inner dialogue like at least 4 times.
Yes.
He finds it very helpful, and I do too. Roger's reacting to how he's thinking is so fun to watch. I understand, Laurel. I get it.
I love it.
You're just wrong. It's okay.
Oh my God, you're such
the good. Claire's acting when Lord John told her about Jamie. Oh my God, she deserves an award for that. She's such a rock star. And the montage was so beautifully done. This is great. This is why we had the listener feedback episode. Bad. Apart from any abdominal surgeons, doctors, and nurses in the fandom, I'm not sure that anyone needs to see Claire actually do surgery on Lord John's nephew. I know the Outlander team put lots into this, though, and it's probably super accurate. So great job. Just hard to watch.
Yeah, we're sitting over there like Lord John.
Yeah. The Great. I was heartbroken by Ian's passing. Jamie has unreal connections with so many people. I think due to him being Laird, that makes this scene so powerful. I'm reminded of Rupert, Angus, Hayes, and Murtaugh. Ian's passing brought tears instantly, and I always love seeing the family bonds in Outlander. I hope we get more background on this in the prequels? ? By the way, I am nowhere near close to putting Hayes in the same category as either Rupert, Angus, or Murtaugh. Hayes, if we're on the spectrum, Hayes is like barely registers, and they're on the top end.
Appreciate it.
And I would say that wicked old Ian step above Murtaugh and Rupert and Angus. What would you say about that?
And how I felt watching the episodes.
Like, you know, when they try to when they have the thermometer when you're trying to get money and it spits out.
Yeah.
That's the Ian. Ian is the spit out. When Murtaugh and Rupert and Angus are like the top. Hayes is like at the bottom of like the little
the initial
like
donation.
the initial like thing. Like you're not even like coloring it in red. You're just like you drew it. That's Hayes.
Yeah.
You drew the
we know
thermometer.
What you're talking about. Yes. You made enough money to buy the piece of poster board.
Like
okay.
you went out and you bought the MDF from Home Depot. What do you think, Marvin?
About?
Yeah, I thought you were just going to talk before we started going off about Home Depot.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, you did.
No, but
you were going to say something.
I did. That was it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right, ready to close this bad boy out?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
We want to thank you all so incredibly much for tuning into this episode.
Speaking of the mic.
For your patience. I've been sick for like weeks nonstop with sinus infections and ear infections and all sorts of things.
So many prescriptions. We basically have a CVS aisle in our house right now.
So thank you for your patience if you were listening to this in the real time.
We can sell some stuff on the black market. You guys need some prednisone. Thank you very much. Go to maryandblake.com for any and all of the podcasts that Mary and I do, whether it is Rings of Power, which was just wrapped up, or the Potterverse, which we will be returning to once Outlander goes away. And what?
That goes away, but...
for the season, once it ends for the season. And anything else that we got going on over there. And, of course, go to jointhenerdclan.com. We thank everyone there for their participation and their support. There you can not only talk with all the nerds about all the nerd things and interact with each other, but you get many a great thing and benefit as well, including my knee-jerk reactions, which I will be writing one tonight. By the time you hear this, it will probably already be published for episode 711, which I'm very excited about, and among many other things there as well. Anything else you want to say?
That's
Marvin?
it. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
All right.
My name's Mary.
My name is Blake.
And you've been listening to Outlander Cast.